I truly want to know who keeps asking for this shit. Coming from the Hollywood Reporter yesterday, Donald Glover to star in and produce a Hypno Hustler movie. Or Hypno Hustler. Don't know how you say it because I've never heard of this character. Sony's doing the same thing that they did with Bad Bunny. What's that movie called that Bad Bunny's doing? The El Muerto movie. So they're taking two unknown characters from the Spider-Man universe and making a movie. You know what James Gunn did? James Gunn made a Peacemaker show. He didn't make a Peacemaker movie. He made a Peacemaker show. That was successful. I thoroughly enjoyed the Peacemaker show. I actually really liked that show. But if they try to do that into a movie, I don't think as many people would have watched it. As a matter of fact, I know not as many people would have watched it. Because they didn't even see the Suicide Squad movie that came out the year before. Why are you relying on Donald Glover to produce, star? And by the way, they got Eddie Murphy's son writing the script. Now, I can't throw any shade over to Eddie Murphy's son because I don't know who the fuck that is. I've never seen his work. And if I have seen his work, I don't know that he wrote it. But that is an interesting that's an interesting choice. You're gonna rely on Donald Glover, who bumblefucked his own television show. Yeah, that last season of Atlanta was dog shit. What Sony's doing right now, and what they've been doing these past couple years, because we don't need a Craven movie. One could argue we didn't even need any of the Venom movies, but I mean, hey, we got them. I'm glad we got them. I liked both of them. I do feel like Carnage was a bit of a step down from the first one. But that's a whole other thing. But Sony's not learning, man. Sony's not learning. And they're also doing a Madam Web movie that's not going to make any money. They didn't learn their lesson with Warner Brothers and what they just did with DC. Stop making movies that don't matter. Stop making movies that nobody's asking for. And, I shouldn't even say stop making movies that nobody's asking for, because nobody was asking for Guardians of the Galaxy. And to me, those are the two best movies, not two best, those two of the best movies in the MCU. So I shouldn't say that. I'll take that back. But what I will say is, why are you making movies based on only villains? And an anti-hero in Venom, obviously. But mostly villains. Why are we getting movies about only villains? Because at the end of the day, the expectation is going to be, where is Spider-Man? No matter how good these movies are. Yes, you can make the argument, there are comic books, there are TV shows about villains now. But there have always been comic books. Villains have always had their own comic books. I get that. But the standards for comic books are not the same for movies. There's this thing called a box office, where everybody that works on a movie has to get money, and the movie has to make a profit. The studios have to make a profit. Putting Donald Glover in your movie is not going to, I'm telling you right now, Hypno Hustler's ability is killing people with music, killing people with tunes. So now we're going to get a movie about a supervillain from Sony, a Spider-Man villain that kills people with music, by sneaking up on them with music. Unless you tell me that this movie's a comedy, this movie's not going to make a profit. Putting Donald Glover in a Han Solo movie didn't even make it any money. Putting out a Madam Web movie without Spider-Man and slapping Dakota Johnson's name on it is not going to make it any money. Putting a Morbius movie out there and slapping Jared Leto's name on it didn't make it any fucking money. I don't know when Sony is going to wake up. They have taken L after L after L. The only dubs that they do have from the past few years is Venom. And I think Uncharted barely. But we haven't heard a thing about Uncharted, about the future of Uncharted. We haven't heard anything about Morbius. We got Craven coming up next year. We got Mad Web coming up next year. We got El Muerto coming up, I think, in 2024. Like, it's bad, man. It's bad. I don't have too much to say about this. They gave us very little detail. I just don't think that this is a good idea. I said that about Craven. I said that about Morbius. I said that about Venom. But Venom actually turned out to be a success. But I would still go back and say, Venom, without Spider-Man, it's mid. And that's what those movies are. Like, they're good. Don't get me wrong. They're good. But they're not great. Because at the end of the day, you're waiting for Venom has to meet Spider-Man. Venom has to be with Spider-Man. That's the way it has to be. Hypno Hustler needs Spider-Man in the movie. Craven needs Spider-Man in the movie. Morbius needs Spider-Man in the movie. Anyways, man, how do you guys feel about Donald Glover being Hypno Hustler? I personally am not a fan of this, but let me know what you guys think. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy Corn. It's Half-Ass Pod, and I am OUT. Also, remember, guys, you can find me on Twitch at HapVA92. You can also find me on Rumble at Half-Ass Pod 92. I'll catch y'all later.